All right, what's good, y'all? What's happening tonight? This is your girl Shape World. All right, and we got our first female of freight, aka Miss Lola, aka 3D Dispatcher, on deck tonight. Okay. Um, hold on, let me see if I can. Let's see if I can change it. Hold on. Fine.
Okay.
That is what's that do? Oh, let's see. Yeah, I guess I thought it was gonna change the thing in the behind me, but oh well. Okay. But okay. So we got a lot to unpack with you. I got a lot of questions. I know a lot of people that's watching
Okay.
play gonna have a lot of questions. Now we live with Miss Lola. If you can see that
Okay.
behind me, that's a cute picture of you. That's on.
It is.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So you dispatch. You help with
Mhm.
on authority.
Mhm.
Okay. You also sell and do classes on dispatching.
Mhm.
Okay. And it's so interesting that I had a homegirl that's driving and she's going through things with her truck, journey. And she's tired of the companies and the BS, things like that. And she wants to be at home more, you know.
Mhm.
So I say, if shit, you got kids, I don't have children, right?
Mhm.
So I say, why don't you just go dispatch?
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh
And
yeah.
she's like, I don't know about that, things like that. But shit, you sitting at a desk. You
Mhm.
sit at a desk all day long. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
why not do that? So you have to explain it. What made you start doing dispatching first in the first place?
The thing about it is I've been in trucking probably for about 7 years. And dispatching, I kind of fell into dispatching actually. I started off dispatching my own trucks and then I started dispatching for other people. But when we first actually started in trucking, we had lack of knowledge and experience, so we were taken advantage of a lot. And then I so therefore I had to kind of take over because it's a little, let me kind of babble on. I would have to start with how I started in trucking first. So we basically, when I started in trucking originally, I came from hotel management, got into the trucking industry with no experience at all. Just kind of got thrown into it with partnering with someone else. And then after we started in trucking, originally when I started, I hired a dispatcher probably for about maybe 2 to 3 months. And then I had to take over dispatching my own truck. So that was my first introduction to trucking and also into truck dispatching. I've only been dispatching for other people for about 3 years. And I kind of help a few friends of mine start their own trucking company and they asked us to stay on board. True story. Dispatched two of their trucks, made $1,242. I was like, more of this, so I do more of that.
So okay, so is it hard to start the dispatching business? Is it harder than just having your own trucks? Is it hard to start the dispatching? Somebody got
I
an echo. You got an echo having your own trucks?
is it echoing?
Somebody got an echo. That's your phone. Check your phone. Is it open on YouTube still? What's not on here with me? Somebody got an echo. That's your phone. Check your phone.
Uh-uh.
Is it open on YouTube
Mm-mm.
still? What's not on here with me?
Mm-mm. Let me make sure. It's me. It's
It's
me.
you.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I
Okay.
forgot when I had tuned in. I forgot to pay attention that I needed to turn it off.
No, love, I'm happy to have you on because I think you want to ladies really doing it. I know you follow 757 Freight Queen. I had on like a year ago.
Yeah.
Um, so is it easier just to get a truck, or is it simpler just to start your business because you have to have your own office? You have to don't you have to build a relationship with brokers first? Like, is that something that you have to
No,
do first
no.
before I do?
It's crazy because I just did a meeting today, literally today, so I'm a little tired. And there's 7 ways to make money in trucking, and it literally goes over 7 different ways. And one of them is dispatching. So it's dispatching, compliance, trucking company, equipment rental, lease on, training, and partnerships. I actually prefer dispatching. It has the lowest startup cost and it's where you can make the most money the fastest. Yep.
Okay. So don't you have to have your own office or like what do you need to have? Like some of the basics? Like, I know you sell a class, you have to give everything away, but can you give us some
Oh
of
no,
the
I don't mind. Hey,
outline?
no, I don't mind.
You have to have good credit.
No, no, no.
Okay.
So all you need to start a dispatch company is literally a cell phone, a computer, and a load board, and register your business with the Secretary of State. Get your EIN. That is literally all you need to get started. Literally, and depends on the state you're in. It's less than $300. That's why I love it so much. I wish I knew this much sooner.
Did you start out at home or did you go straight to having an office that you already was driving? Right.
No, I started out at home. Um, And you don't have to have an office. I come from corporate America, so I'm more productive in an office setting. And even as I was sharing with my meeting attendees today, I had, well, at one point, because of our trucking company and other businesses, we had 3 offices. But I literally have an office, in my office in Atlanta. I've
Mm-hmm.
had 2 clients come to visit me since February. There's no reason to actually have a office space. I'm just more productive in an office setting. That's why I have one. Yeah.
Okay, so you went from trucking, you dispatch, you loving the dispatching. So what are the
Mhm.
challenges in dispatching? Is it just the drivers? Is it the vendors? Is it really as bad as dealing with the
You
brokers?
know what? It's
As bad as
hard.
it's gonna be. Because I've had some people say that they left their authority alone, baby, dealing with the brokers.
Now,
That
now, when it comes to
real hard.
trucking, yes. When it comes, hold on one quick moment. I am so sorry. Um, sorry. My husband hollering, they just went to the game. Okay, so when it comes to trucking, yes, it's very trucking is not for the weak. Um mm, if you own and you drive, you will be okay. For us, my husband and I, we didn't have CDLs. So we depend on someone else for our success or failure. So when it comes to, I'm a fan of trucking. So let's just make sure I say that. I am a fan of trucking as an industry. I absolutely love it. I will retire in trucking. Um, I'm no longer a fan of owning a trucking company if you don't have a CDL. Having to depend on someone else for your success or failure, and the equipment repairs and things like that. So if you can drive your truck and get a dependable truck, you're good. But if you do not at least set yourself up for success when it comes to trucking, then because trucking, just like all industries, is up and down, but the downs are going to come. It's just you have to be prepared for those times. And you set yourself up for success by making the right choices in the beginning. So I'm no longer a fan. If you don't drive, you should not own. But I'm also a fan that if you drive, you should definitely own. But when it
So
comes to
you don't believe in being a
dispatching,
company driver. You don't believe in being a
huh?
company. Yeah. So
Yeah.
being a company driver is a negative for you.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Because I see the other side. Yeah.
Okay.
Because if
Okay.
you, because for me, for a owner operator, if you own your truck and you drive your truck, you in 100% control. You get all of the gross and you're in 100% control of the net. You get to decide when you want to be home, where you want to drive, when you want to drive, and you also get to the fuel is on you, the MVR report is on you, the insurance rate depends on you. So you're in control of everything. And the amount of money that you can make in a week and even in a month is maybe like 5 times what you may make just from working for someone else. I definitely am a big fan of, if you drive, you have a CDL, you should own. And I help people all the time make that transition. Yep.
So for you, there's not a hard part to it at all. The brokers are not a challenge. The vendors are not a challenge. It's just if you own your truck, if you own your
Mhm.
truck, there's no problems in it from a dispatcher side. Is that
Well,
what you're
when it
saying?
comes to this, I'm trying to think. Like when it comes to trucking, like my trucking opinion is a little different than my dispatching. I would really have to think what challenges I have with dispatching. I think there's a lot of, okay, so first thing I would say when it comes to dispatching is not for everyone. So
Mm-hmm.
if you do not like to deal with people, if you don't like to be provide a service. If you get easily annoyed by multiple questions and people telling you different things to do, people making requests of you, then dispatching is not for you. But if you are in a service focused industry and want to provide a service, dispatching is for you. I love dispatching. A lot of people will say it's time consuming. It's not. You manage your time yourself. Typically, my day is between 7 a.m. and 10 a.m. That's when I book my loads. After my loads are booked, my carriers normally have picked up their loads and they're en route. You are on call 24/7. The likelihood of you being called 24/7 is unlikely as long as you have systems in place. I'm trying to think. I will probably kind of think of later on what's the downside to dispatching. I don't really have many. I can't really think of one like off the top of my head. I don't.
So
Yeah.
what about the insurance? Is the insurance higher than being a broker? Is
Well,
would
for dispatching, there's no insurance.
I thought there was an insurance you have to have.
No, that's what I'm telling you. No, ma'am.
Yeah,
We
well,
the
Friday
thing
says
about
dispatchers are
so
middleman
somebody
between.
said dispatchers are the middleman and you don't need them. So let me tell you my thought on that because again, I'm a trucking company owner. So when I started as a trucking company owner, I hired a dispatcher. The reason why I hired a dispatcher is because I worked a full-time W-2 job and I did not have the time to dispatch. So the thing about dispatch is optional. It's a service. So people hire people to do things that they don't have skill to do, they don't want to do, or they don't know how to do. Just like we could say that there's no need for going to restaurants because everybody can cook, right? That's a middle person. You can cook your own meal. So it's kind of like up to you what you want to do. I have a lot of people that hire dispatchers because they don't want to do it. They may not be good with paperwork. They may not be good with dealing with people. For me, I'm the queen to keep the money in house. I have a lot of clients that may come to me to dispatch for them for maybe 30 to 90 days. And then I do one-on-ones and I train their wives or I train their kids. My husband and I, again, we hired a dispatch when we first started till I was able to take the time to learn and do it on my own. So it's just really what your preference is. If you want to pay, we pay people to do things we don't want to do. I'm not an expert, I'm not an attorney, but if I need to be legally represented, I will hire an attorney. And that's all the dispatch service is. It's optional. Yep.
Okay, so let me ask you this: so what's pretty
Mhm.
much the standard rate when you're charging these truckers? Because you get paid on both sides. You charge the vendor and you charge the trucker, don't you? Isn't that
No.
okay? Okay,
Mm-mm.
okay, okay. So you have to help me. That's why we talking. So I thought they get paid both ways.
No. So the way it works is the shipper pays the
Uh-huh.
broker pays the carrier pays the dispatcher, the driver, the insurance company, the fuel card company. So carriers pay a lot of people, but no, the dispatcher gets paid by the carrier. So the trucking company owner.
Okay,
But there's
okay,
no
okay,
insurance required to be a dispatcher. Like we don't have all of those extra things. We don't have to have a MC number. We don't have to have insurance. It's a service.
okay, okay,
Mhm.
okay, okay. Good. Because I thought when you had a dispatching service, you get paid both ways. You get
Oh
paid.
no, no.
Child, I said I need to do something, child. I need to change it up, child. I need to change. I
Yeah.
said I'm like, these little lows they paying me, these little dollar change amount they give me.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So from your experience, how badly are the drivers robbed? In your own personal opinion, I know they get robbed of these lows. I know they do. So how?
Right now, yes.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. He said right now, y'all.
Oh
She said
yes.
right
Yeah.
now.
We because again, I own a trucking company. We had 6 trucks.
Okay.
So, and we just started selling some of our trucks. But the thing about it is, I will just tell you this: we're based out of Georgia. We continually run Southeast region. So I used to get Georgia to North Carolina right at 300 miles for 12 to 1300. Now they paying 600.
Hmm.
Yeah, so rates are outrageous right now. Yeah. But
So
I
they
think you
will.
asked me about dispatchers rate. Dispatchers typically charge anywhere between 6 to 10% based on the type of equipment, and that's of the gross revenue.
10%.
For small equipment. Yeah.
10%. That's a
hmm
lot. Yikes!
For
Though.
small equipment.
No, why they only paying a damn dollar a mile? Child, that's some of these damn companies where I'm at. They paying $1.13 a mile. Really, 10%?
Yeah. Dispatchers charge, yes, the carrier. So, like if a dispatcher books you a load for $1,000, they get $100. But that's for like small equipment, like box trucks, hot shots, and cargo vans.
Hmm.
hmm
Okay, so what about
Semi trucks, most of the time between 5 and 9%. Most of the time, like 7% on average. Yeah.
7%? That's 7% of y'all money y'all going to dispatching. Seven
hmm
percent.
Yeah.
But I do think it's essential to have a dispatch because it keeps your trucks turning. Because the company, the vendors don't care whether you make money that week or not. They don't care. All they care about is their stuff getting to where it needs to be to.
hmm
So I see the plus in having a dispatcher, since you have your own authority. You know what I
And
mean?
you can do it on your own. Like the thing about it is, it's something you can do on your own. It's your comfort level. Like
Mm-hmm.
some people are just not comfortable with making phone calls or doing paperwork. So
Mm-hmm.
definitely, I commend anyone who, like for me, I'm the queen to keep the money in house. Own your truck, drive your truck, dispatch your truck, do your compliance. That's what I do. Everything but drive. Okay. So, but those are the things that we do. And we did that to help to cut costs. And my husband just went to get his CDL maybe like about a month ago. Yeah.
So at 3D dispatching, y'all touch all freight. You touch all freight, even having
hmm
all oversized.
We do general freight,
Or with a gentleman. So you don't
all
touch
types of
oversized
equipment.
freight. You don't touch.
Huh?
You touch oversized freight.
No. Oh no. Mm-mm.
No, no, no.
No, I never have.
You never have. Lock our man's in the building, y'all. Lock our man's in the building. Hello, lock our man. Okay,
Oh,
so if you don't mind getting
oh,
inside
I don't mind.
your business,
I don't
so
mind.
you say you love dispatcher size more.
hmm
So would you recommend someone to maybe dispatch first instead like that first size going to the truck? Because everybody said truck is where the money is, and what you
mm
giving is not. You're saying dispatch is where the money is.
The thing about it is, the dispatching is the lowest startup cost.
Mm-hmm.
So you could literally start a dispatch company for under $300. To
Instead of
start a
putting ten
trucking
thousand dollars
company,
down on a truck. Instead of putting ten
yeah,
thousand dollars
to
down on a
start a
truck.
trucking company, just to set up your authority, insurance, local, federal, and state compliance is going to cost you at least IRP. If the 2290 is going to cost you at least $7,000, not even to mention a down payment on the truck. So that's why, because I
Mhm.
help people do both.
So,
Mhm.
so when it comes to us dealing with the brokers, I'm gonna ask you this, and I
Mhm.
know it's a challenge in dealing with them. Is it always hard to negotiate what you need off a load? Let's just say a load is paying like $10,000,
Mhm.
and they want a certain amount of money, but you want to make your 5 to 7%. Is it always really hard to be on that phone and negotiating and say what I need? Is it
No,
really that? Is it really like dealing with a real shark?
no,
Is
no. I
no.
don't think I don't think it is, and it wasn't for me even when I first started. The thing about negotiating rates is you have to be prepared. You have to have a rate in mind. You can't call blind with no outlook on what you want. You have to know you have to have a goal rate per mile that you want to achieve to book
Mhm.
to get this load. You have to have a the lowest rate you would take, the rate that you actually want, and the rate you're going to ask for. And like I kind of teach my students, the goal is if you get anything between the lowest rate and the rate you ask for, you basically won. And it's okay to say no, thank you. I say it all day. Um,
So
the
you basically
key,
you turn down loads sometimes.
oh, all day if I
Really?
don't get it. Very nicely. Very
Uh,
nicely. Like
really?
my approach is very nice. They give me I like them to go first. I like them to give me the spiel and then give me the rate. You go first and then I'll come in. So I normally say can you do? And that's kind of like my approach. And if they say no, or most time they'll say, let's meet in the middle or something like that. But I
Okay.
always ask for more than I want. So when they
Uh,
take me back down, I still get what I want. And if they don't give me what I want, I just make another phone call.
okay.
Yep.
So when you was building your portfolio, did you do a lot of cold calling? When you was building your portfolio up, and when you first started, I could just imagine when you first started everything, you sitting at your desk, like, what was
Mm-hmm.
a? I mean, I know you start your office up, you start the website, you got your laptop. Like,
Mm-hmm.
did you do a lot of cold calling? Did you call out to a lot of companies first to build the portfolio up to where you are right now for 3D trucking, for 3D dispatching?
I actually didn't because the reason why I didn't is because when I started off dispatching my own trucks, and then I went from dispatching my own trucks to the client. I was helping people start trucking companies. So the
Mm,
people that I helped start trucking companies then turned into being my dispatch clients. And
mm,
then, like I was even sharing today, majority of my clients come from internal clients. They come from referrals. So I don't really like I advertise my courses. That's the
mm,
main thing that I kind of focus on. I don't necessarily advertise my dispatch services because majority of them come from internal clients.
mm.
Um, but as far as marketing for dispatching, it's not hard. And there's multiple ways that you can look for and find carriers. The first dispatcher I hired cold called me, and that's how I hired her. So it
Really,
definitely works. Yep.
really, really. All right, smile little video. I'm gonna play real fast. It ain't nothing
Okay.
important. Real fast, child. Small little clip I made, child. Okay,
You're
so
so sweet.
we're gonna dig back into it. We're gonna dig back into it. Okay, because I contemplated on doing something else besides driving because these rates are terrible. Okay, I
Mhm.
do reefer, right? So
Okay.
the checks are not all that high, baby. Some
Mhm.
weeks, you know what I'm saying? And I want my time back. I've been driving, 5 years now, right? So
Mhm.
I love talking to y'all because getting a broker, that's when your credit matters and the
Mhm.
insurance broker and all that kind of stuff. But see, when I
Mhm.
did, I said, dispatcher, where the hell do I start?
Yeah.
Where the
Yeah.
hell do I start when I say sit my little fat ass at the desk and have my laptop? And what do I do next? You know what I'm saying? And to make sure
Yeah.
I make that 2K a
Mhm.
week. 'Cause that's the
Mhm.
goal. We didn't get into this thing to not make money.
Yeah.
We got
Mm.
everything to make money because these vendors are making millions of dollars off of one trailer.
Mhm. Yep.
Especially Walmart ass. Walmart making buku
Mhm.
money right now.
Mhm.
You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So it's
Mhm.
like, where do you start? You're scared, you
Mhm.
jump out there, and I was like, yikes. Because so many drivers, y'all, are turning in their trucks right now.
Mm. I
So many
heard.
of them are, and they're not even doing trucking. They don't, I
Yeah.
want to buy, that's where the money is. No, that ain't necessarily true.
Mhm.
That ain't necessarily true. That's where all the money is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So let me ask you this.
Okay.
So what's the potential income for a
Mhm.
new beginner? For the most like me, it's new. What's potential income for that first year? Like a realistic number if they want to do this.
Okay, so I will tell you. Okay, so I will tell you what one of my students said she made a week when she first started off. One, she made about $1,200 a week, and that's a brand new dispatcher. I will tell you because I'm honest, and you could probably look it up. My first year, I made 165 in
165K.
dispatching.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Because you can literally make like three to $5,000 a week. Depends on the number of clients that you have. Yep.
Yeah, but how do you build that though? How do you build that many clients like that?
So
That's
the thing about it is you can build them several different ways. A lot of it again comes from internal clients. Like truckers know truckers. When you do truckers know truckers. Once people know that you're in the trucking industry and you're in dispatching, you'll be surprised everybody starts saying, "Oh, I know a trucking company. Oh, I have a trucking company." Um And then also you can do solicitation. Like I have dispatchers that may post on Craigslist. You can go to the truck stop. Um you can go to like what do you call that? FMCSA and look up people who just got active authorities. Like the thing about it is they have big companies
Mm-hmm.
big companies that offer dispatching. They're not offering dispatching unless it's making money. So they
Mm-hmm.
have people like me, a smaller company, and a lot of my students that may just be a small company, may have like maybe 6 to 12 carriers or something like that. But there's a lot of factoring companies and fuel car companies that now offer dispatch, and they're not getting into it unless they see it's a consistent income. So how do you do it? One is, first thing we kind of talked about, having another job. You don't leave your job. You plan an exit strategy. Like I don't work for anyone else. I work full time for my dispatch business. That's what I do. I do the dispatching and I do the training, but I don't even make majority of my money from training. My dispatch is my consistent weekly income that I feed my family, that I pay my bills, and I live
Wonderful. Wonderful.
on. So I
It seems
tell
like you really
people,
love it from your page online. It seems you really
I
love what
do,
you
I
do.
do, I do,
Yeah, yeah.
I do. I
I like
love it.
you
I'm
really do.
passionate about it. Yeah.
It seems like you have to be.
Mhm,
You have to be
mhm.
for it to be success. It has to be any kind of
Yep.
success, not whatsoever. So,
Mhm,
what else I was gonna ask you? So, Cole, it was you'll do the cold call, and so you
mhm.
go back and forth, you network. So, from the sounds of it, shit, it's better to be a dispatcher than be a broker. That from the sounds of it, with what
Yes,
you
I
look
definitely okay. In my opinion, yes, because it does not require registration for FMCSA, it does not require insurance. And then I've also heard, I don't know, that's not my area's expertise, but I've heard that you have to build like a shippers list. So you have to, so it's work, but everything is work. So anything that you want, you definitely have to work for. For me,
would
this
it
is
be
my
better to start
preference.
out part time into it instead of excuse me instead of going full force for
I
somebody
do
that really
think
want to
so.
take off in it?
I think
Really
so.
part time.
Yeah.
Well, I had contacted Landstar, which is
Mhm.
about on app, and they said they don't believe in doing part time dispatching. They
Oh,
all full
for
time.
dispatch? I don't even know anything about Landstar dispatching.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You can, because see the thing about it is, if you're dispatching, it's
Mhm.
your business. You're not dispatching for someone else. So a
Mhm.
part-time dispatcher is just someone doesn't have as many clients.
Mhm.
So maybe you take one client.
Yeah, but they said it cannot be done. The way that they described it was like it cannot be done part
Is
time.
that brokering or dispatching?
With being a dispatcher, it cannot be done part time,
I didn't
and
even know they did
you have a
dispatching.
sufficient productivity as a business or as a solo person owning. I said no
Mm,
because I inquired about it.
mm.
I inquired
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah. See, I
Yeah,
didn't know Landstar did dispatching.
yes they
Okay.
do. They do.
I know they do broker agents. Okay.
Yeah, they do be dispatching too for certain lanes in the
Oh, okay. Got
time.
you. Got you.
Oh, so tell people about your packaging and your classes because you do so much in your courses. Okay,
Hmm.
um, that I thought about taking mine too in the new year from you or anybody else. So
Hmm.
explain to people that may can go watch your Instagram and
Hmm.
know what they to expect in those courses because you do so much. I know there's a back office training. I
Hmm.
know there is, being productive in what you're doing,
Hmm.
communication skills. There's so many things in there. So can you tell them what else you do in the courses?
Okay. So for the dispatch course, we have do virtual and in person, and it
Mm-hmm.
does include everything you need to start a dispatch business or dispatch your own trucks. So that has everything from, because I think you kind of mentioned, mentioned a little bit earlier, like business credit, personal credit, like
Mm-hmm.
starting a business.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely when it comes to a dispatch business, it's not instrumental in the beginning, but it's something to prepare yourself for. So we
Mm-hmm.
do everything from registering your business, for showing you how to register with the Secretary of State, improve your personal credit, build your business credit, trucking terminology, carrier solicitation, partnerships, weekly mentorship, carrier onboarding and organization, which is very important because you want to be able to quickly get documents to the broker as soon as possible. We tell
Mm-hmm.
you how to do the factoring, the invoicing, and then how to put together the services that you offer. We do everything from what we teach you everything is from like your marketing as far as creating your flyer, what's attractive as far as a flyer, how to set up like your social media accounts. So it's just like a lot. And I know I'm probably missing a lot, but we really go over a lot. And the main thing that most of my students or mentees like is um I give ongoing mentorship. Like I answer my phone. I am very busy, but I make sure that sometimes my students will say, "Hey, I have a client. They're ready to get started." Um, and then I help them. I help them get started. I even send them clients. And even today, I had a meeting, maybe like 8 people with the 7 ways to make money in trucking. And I had students there from 2 years ago that attended my first course. And now we're sitting in a room talking about other ways to make money in partnerships. And I had a lot of people in the room that had taken other courses, and we were talking about how do we get to the next step? How do we level up and level out together and survive in the trucking industry in various areas? So the training is very intense, it's details, it's organized. Read the Google reviews, they are actual reviews. If you have any more questions, you can definitely sign up for a consultation, give me a call. I would love to just share more information for you. And I just wanted to say, um, the thing that I would just like to stress to anyone, if you are planning on starting a business, any type of business, trucking or not, seek some type of education. It does not mean pay for my course. It does not mean pay for any course, but educate yourself. Don't solely go off of Facebook groups, and don't solely go off of YouTube or Google, because sometimes people put some things out there that may just make it look a little better. But educate yourself, because a lot of times people come to me and I promise you, they have paid cash, $80,000 cash for a semi truck, and then want me to explain to them how to calculate their fuel percentage. Those are
Really?
things you should,
Oh my
those
God.
are things that you should do before you purchase the truck. Now, if the truck fell in your lap, which it happens, because that's how I got in the truck and it wasn't planned. If it's not something you plan, okay, I understand you learning as you go. But if you made a conscious effort to start a trucking company, a dispatch company, any type of business, strategically plan everything. That is what sets you up for success. So that's one thing that I would just share in general that I've learned as a CEO. Yep.
Mm. I want to ask you another question. I know I'm not gonna
Mhm.
keep you long because I said 30 minutes. It's
I
34
was
minutes. Okay. So when it comes towards dealing with the factoring company
Mhm.
as a dispatcher company, how does that vary from being a broker and the driver? Can you go just a little bit there for us?
The
Like,
difference between a factoring company?
yeah,
You mean
we're
factoring?
dealing with a factoring company as a dispatching business. How is that relationship with a factoring company?
I
Like,
think it's a good relationship. Like a dispatcher is like the gentleman. So we're kind of the middle person between everyone. So we're like the go-to. We're like the administrative assistant for the carrier. So the way it really works with the dispatcher is we work for the carrier, we are hired by the carrier, and everyone else we kind of partner with. So the relationship between a dispatcher and a factoring company is working on behalf of the carrier. And if you create partnerships with factoring companies, they can refer you clients, you can refer them clients. Like I always tell anyone, if you're starting a business and you start to partner with some, you want to make sure that they have the same mission and vision that you do. You want to make sure that they're going to take care of your clients. And that needs to be your first and number one priority. If they don't, then that's not someone that you want to represent your brand.
okay, so when it comes to dealing with a factoring company,
Mhm.
do they always kind of want more than what you're taking, or is they always taking the very, very, very minimum off of these loads? Like,
See, the factoring company, we don't really have anything to do with the factoring side. Like all of the expense are for the carrier, and it's up to the carrier to decide who they partner with as far as factoring company. But I would say a factoring company, so this is my definition of a factoring company. A factoring company is basically a company, in my terms, that offers the carrier a cash advance. So, like, once the carrier delivers the load, they can get paid 24 hours after the load is delivered. And they charge them a percentage anywhere from 2 to 4%.
Mm-hmm.
But that's optional. That's, again, all of the fees are optional. If you want your money in 24 hours, you pay the fee. If you can wait, you can wait. But most of us, because again, we own a trucking company, we can't wait 30 plus days for our money. We need to funnel that money back into our account as quickly as possible to keep our business running. So most carriers kind of find themselves using a factoring company.
Okay, because I know
Mhm.
I thought y'all played a part heavily in dealing with the
We don't
factoring
pay a
company.
part in the dispatch is like alone. We're just by ourselves. We don't play a part in anything. We're just like the administrative assistant to the carrier.
Mm-hmm.
We represent the carrier. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But no,
Okay.
we
Oh
don't.
wow.
Mm-mm.
Oh wow. Okay, so you agree that the rates are in the toilet, right?
Yes.
You see where the real money
They
is
in the
coming
sewer.
and that's on all freight, I think right now,
Yes.
except for open freight.
Yes.
Stuff for open freight, I think the only
Yeah.
ones that still
Ooh, it's rough.
surviving. It's rough. It's rough for the drivers. It's
It's rough for
you
everybody. Yeah.
it's rough for the drivers, especially. It real,
Yeah,
real
for
rough. 'Cause
carry.
I know,
Oh
like,
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah,
right, man,
because as a carrier, you still have all of the expenses. The carrier is the person that has all of the fuel, the insurance, the factoring. If you have a dispatcher, the dispatcher, the truck note, the trailer note. Like, so carriers have the most expenses. And that's why I said I'm not a fan of the trucking part, because it has all of those expenses. As a dispatcher, I don't. I have my office, I have um my software, which I don't even really use software, but the little stuff I do, I have the little things that I need to do a dispatch company, and that's why it's my preference. So,
okay, a few more questions for you. Okay,
are you good?
so how long what would you recommend for your best course? Is it 2 weeks, 3 weeks? Is it a month? Can you get everything down in 2 or 3 days and getting a good outline to your business in the 3D dispatching course? Or do you feel like, you just give a good head start to a person and they make out the outline themselves?
Okay, so good question. When I first started doing it year before last, I used to do a 4 hour one and done. And then after that, you have 4 hours. I do the session for you, detailed, and then I would just be available to answer questions. So what I
Okay.
would find is people would call me and ask me these same questions. So what I did was I forgot to even mention this, so thank you. So
Okay.
what I did was I customized 3 additional weekly mentorship sessions based on those specific topics.
So
So,
instead of
but
2 weeks, so like
mhm.
a good month
Oh
of
yeah,
training.
yeah.
Okay, okay,
And then
okay,
there's some students that repeat it.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
they repeat it. And there's some students that say I really didn't get it, or maybe I tried to start and now it's 3 months later and I still wasn't able to do it. And sometimes
Mm,
if I have it, I still give them a replay. So I try to help them. Like I said, I have students that have taken it. Like what I also did this year in July, anybody who had taken my course in the last year and a half, I give them a free retake. So we literally did a recap and a retake. And
mhm,
for me, it's not just about making money. It's about helping people literally start their business, because a lot of people come to me, they in the medical field, they don't want to take the COVID shot. They
mhm,
have illnesses where they're afraid to be around other people. They're
yeah,
single mothers and have children at home and they want to be there. And I've been a single mother where I had to work 2 to 11 Tuesday through Saturday. So it allows them to work from home and still not miss out on important things. And I just have to say that like we just had graduation in May. I had 5 graduations I had to go to. I did not have to pick and choose which one I wanted to go to. Some of them was 9 in the morning, there was one in the afternoon. I went to every last one. Had I been working for corporate America, where you work for a whole year and get 1 week off for a whole year, I would have had to use up those vacation days or pick and choose. And that is why I'm passionate about dispatch. And my mom's 73 years old. I can go to her house and sit in her living room and watch while she's watching TV and book loads. So those are the things that I think that's the value, I guess, in a dispatch company or even working for yourself in any industry for that matter. But this is what I prefer, and that's why.
It doesn't sound like you have a hard time keeping agents. It doesn't sound like you have a hard time keeping agents at all.
What do you mean agents?
Dispatchers that come that.
I just do it myself and my husband.
Okay, okay. So you just
Yeah.
train people. You don't hire nobody for your trucks.
No, mm-mm.
No.
I
Okay.
dispatch my own trucks.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
Because there's some small mom and pops that they do everything themselves. 'Cause they said they had a hard time finding people to be dedicated because there's not a
Oh
whole lot
yeah,
of money in it. There's not a whole lot
yeah.
of money in dispatching.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. 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 I'm gonna dig a little bit more. Just a little bit more, and I'm gonna let you go because it's 40 some minutes shy. I said 30. Okay. When it comes to us to payout, when it comes to
Mhm.
payout from these loans, is it a separate check? Is everything direct deposit? Is everything by
Mm.
W-2? If you don't mind, is it
Oh, I don't mind. I
is
don't
it, is
mind.
it, is it always something like different for each load, or it's like one baseline to how you get paid?
Okay, so for a dispatcher, so for a dispatch, from a dispatcher's perspective, it works both ways. So as a dispatcher, it's your business. You decide how you want to get paid.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but you want to make it convenient for the carrier. So
Mm-hmm.
for me, I like to do one of three ways. My favorite is auto deduct factoring company, where when the factoring company pays you, they deduct my money, they pay me once a week.
Mm-hmm.
Um, or pay direct through my website, or I send you a invoice through QuickBooks. Some of my clients I bill once a week. If they pay consistently, I just wait and I bill them once a week. My other clients, I bill them at 48 hours after they deliver the load to give them time to collect the money. But I try to customize things to my clients' needs. So I may have some clients that want to pay me Cash App. I don't prefer Cash App because I like all the funds transactions to go through my business account.
I
But
didn't know
if
that
that's
you can legally do that. You can legally pay for a loan through damn Cash App.
you can pay however you want. It's money. They can pay
Wait
you
a minute.
cash if
Hold
they
on. You
want.
lying now. Now she playing
If
with us,
you
fam.
look,
She playing with us. She said
you
Cash
talking about
App.
wait.
Cash App, the one with the little green on there that you get on your
What?
download
Wait a
on your
minute.
phone. What same we talking about? You ain't talking
You
about
talk.
Cash App come data. It's the little bottle. Cash App come data.
I
What you talking?
what? I
You
know
talking
what?
about right? You ain't talking about the
What?
green one right that you download. You ain't talking about that one.
Yes. But what are you talking about?
You
Because you confusing me now. I'm saying how the carrier
can
pays the
pay.
dispatcher.
You serious? I'm joking with you now, but are you for real right now?
Yes, how the carrier pays the dispatcher. Is that what you mean? Right?
They can use Cash App.
They can pay you how they can use Zelle, Vimo, Cash App, however they want to pay. If somebody's trying to pay you, you're gonna take the money however they're gonna send it to you.
She playing with us, fam.
No,
Lola
I'm
pulling
not.
our leg, fam. She put our leg.
What? That is
She put our
cat
leg,
cat.
fam. She put our leg, baby.
No.
What? Cash App.
Yes.
And they can legally do that.
Yes. Guess what Cash App is for, right? For making payments.
Lord have mercy. I'm in the wrong damn part
What
for real
what's the
now.
difference? Do you know that most of these merchants use Square? You know that, right?
Really?
Most of the merchants businesses use what's called Square. Square is Cash App. It's the same company.
Yeah, but Square is like a grocery store or a convenience.
Square is it's the exact same company.
Oh Lord have mercy,
But
Jesus.
they can pay you in cash. They can pay you however they want to. A payment is a payment. It doesn't matter how it comes.
I'll be damn. Really?
What is you talking about? You
I,
confused.
I didn't know that. I didn't know they could pay you through cash. So that's wow.
They can pay you however they want.
Really? So you mean my ass is out here on a truck for a week, and I got to wait till Friday? and I
Mhm.
bust my rump all week long, rain and snow.
Mhm.
There was a disrespectful people at the yard. But they
Mhm.
disrespectful, so you know they don't like you coming up to the gate. They have nasty attitudes. Lord have mercy. When I can get my money right then and there, Lord have mercy. Okay.
If that's how they pay you, so it depends. Yeah. If that's a
I was gonna feel
payment
like that.
option, yes.
So ain't no W-2. Ain't no W-2 for the most part.
It's a 1099.
Oh, it's 1099. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So you say I report all that, keep all that for
Mhm.
file that.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
should.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. One more question. This is the last one. I'm gonna let you go, I
Mhm.
promise. So when it
Mhm.
since you're able to get paid so flexible, like
Mhm.
you're saying, so how is it filing for your taxes? Is
I
that
use Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
is that more of more is it more of a process like a semi where you have to keep everything, you have to keep all receipts, like keeping our receipts like this you spend. 'Cause I keep sheets like this, y'all. Also, you
Mhm.
know, when for trucking. So, is it like you can still just file one time a year, or is it like being a 1099 and being a dispatcher? Do you have to file like 3 4 times a year like real estate?
Mm-mm. You don't have to file. So the thing is, being a dispatcher is a business. So you
Mm-hmm.
should run it like a business, not like a, and I'm not trying to be funny, not like a hair salon. You should run it like a business. So for me and everyone I teach, we have business bank accounts. We have EINs. We run all of our transactions through our bank account. If someone pays me Cash App, I put in a manual entry in my QuickBooks. I create them an invoice and I pay the invoice saying
Y'all
how
paying
they paid
attention?
me. So
Y'all
all
paying
my
attention?
transactions, hmm?
I'll say, oh, y'all paying. I'm telling my fan, y'all paying attention to what she's saying.
Yeah, all of my transactions are tracked. At the end of the year, I take my profit and loss statement from my QuickBooks and then I give it to my tax preparer. So
Mm-hmm.
all of my stuff is itemized and documented. Before I use QuickBooks, I ran every transaction through my bank account. I use that card. If I got paid in a way that did not go direct in my bank account, like you said, I did at that time use a manual receipt. And then when the end of the year would come, I would itemize, take each month by month and total up the different expenses in the different amounts. And that's how I would do it then. But QuickBooks is how I do it now. Yep.
Wow. So you only file one time a year still.
Oh yeah.
So there's
End
not.
of the year by April 15th.
Because I can imagine all the things that come in and out, the frustration of keeping everything together. I mean, loads move. It's like 100 loads that get loaded per day in the U.S.
Hmm.
That's just a number I'm just throwing out there. So I can
Hmm.
imagine the workload as it is for being one
Hmm.
truck to being something that manages so many different trucks with so many different companies. So I can imagine the workload. Do you ever feel like really fully like overwhelmed at it? Like it be so much to keep track of.
You know what? So you when you asked me earlier what frustrates me in dispatching, I just thought about it. The only thing that frustrates me that happens to me, the only thing is when loads fall out. So let's say I have 6 people to book and I got everyone booked, and then they arrive and that's been canceled, moved to the next day, or they deny their trailer or something happened. When the loads fall back in and I have to find another one, that's really the only thing that kind of frustrates me. Um,
Mm,
I used to have overwhelming days when I first started, but that was because I was not prepared. I did things I shouldn't have done, like I would knew I had people to book, and then I would try to run somewhere and then needed to sign a rate card or do a packet, which would result. Well, I had trucks, so it wasn't just me running somewhere. I would have to go to the truck yard to go pick up one of my drivers or do something with one of my trucks. And then I will end up literally having to pull over on the side of the road and do like a rate confirmation or do like a broker packet. But I've since learned the importance of, at a minimum, being in one spot at a computer at a desk during peak booking time. I do not move until my carriers at least pick the load up. So that way I make sure that if they get there and they deny the load. If they get to the area, they can't find the actual location. If they get there and they need a pickup number, I make sure that I'm in place so I can get them what they need. Other
Mhm.
than that, I don't get frustrated anymore. And I don't even get frustrated about trucking anymore. And I used to when I first started owning the trucking company, a lot of sleepless nights. Now I'm good.
Okay.
I'm
Well, I'm
good.
gonna let you go. It's almost a whole hour. I said 30 minutes, child, but thank you. Thank you so
Oh, thank
much.
you.
So much for being on. You go follow her on Instagram. It's 3D.
Mhm.
It's first freight first female of freight. So she got it right there on her name, right there. The owner operator of 3D dispatching. Okay. Now I might be taking her courses probably in the new year, child. Uh, really. Really for real.
Thank you so much.
It's getting a little rough out here for us.
I know it. I know. I know it.
All right. Bye.
All
Thank
right, y'all have a good night and thank y'all so much. I enjoyed talking to y'all.